Just to combat the crazy idea rocks are boring, first of all, if you're a senior chemistry student, I've had students not know that the crucible gets lighter because the water comes out, even though it has soot on it. And I've even had students do graphite electrolysis, not realizing the graphite's getting heavier because they're absorbing water. So you need to know this to be good at chemistry, all right? Now, rocks are boring. That's really crazy. Okay, so first of all, that's where we got our elements from. So as far as chemistry is concerned, the entire periodic table comes from rocks. But let's just move back a little bit. Everything that you're looking at right now is coming from rocks. All right. So I like my non-rock collection. So we've got minerals, rocks, and fake rocks. If you look under the microscope, show that just the microscope picture, show it to a geologist, and they won't know it's not a rock. It is actually a man-made metamorphic rock. So ceramics and brick, sort of man-made metamorphic rocks, come from sedimentary rocks. All right. Another classic one is that even online they can't tell the difference. The obsidian, it looks like fake glass. So the glass is here, whereas the obsidian over here. And it's been recognised that sometimes you can't tell the difference because they're made exactly the same. So that's slag. Where did I put that? So glass is made up mainly of sand, and sand is breaking up of quartz or quartzite. So we have some quartzite here, or quartz, very similar. And then man-made, what is that? Looks like conglomerate, rounded sedimentary rock. And so that is not actually conglomerate. Looks exactly like conglomerate go. It is actually cement, all right? And cement is made up mainly of limestone, powdered up limestone, and then adding obviously little bits of rock pieces together. Steel is sort of an igneous rock, and we get that from hematite. So that's pretty important as well. Where are we? Hematite. Hematite over here. All right. And so take away all your steel and concrete and glass right now and see how interesting life is. Okay. Now, I know that people get confused with stuff, so I still have I like my non-rock collection, the amber. They used to rub that and realized it stuck things together. So that was the discovery of electricity. And the magnetite was the discovery of magnetism. And the calcite was the discovery, there's double refraction on that, is discover how light behaves. So that's creation of electricity. So think about a world without electricity, magnetism, or the use of light. Okay, and in Australia at least, if not the whole world, we're still getting more energy and electricity is from coal or just burning it back in the old days as part of it. And then these minerals need to be recycled. They get used up, they break down, they need to be reformed with volcanoes. So if you think rocks are boring, just remove everything around you that's made of ceramic, steel, glass, or concrete. Remove all your electronic equipment, anything else that uses electricity, your lights. As a run-on effect, anything made out of chemical processes like plastics or synthetic fibers. And now you can also watch all the living things on the planet die slowly because of lack of mineral recycling, or quickly because the inner core stops spinning around and you have no protection from solar radiation. You'll see rocks are definitely not boring. All right. Some rocks will actually kill you. I didn't have any green glowing uranium on purpose, and I have bought several rocks. I have some that are slightly toxic. That one's got arsenic in it. This one's got stibnium. Can't pull it out and I won't bother. I can control those ones, but the mercury gases I can't, and the uranium radiation I can't. So I stayed away from buying any of those samples. Okay. Hopefully you can see rocks are not boring.